So yeah, this is my World of Warcraft account. Welcome back. Said I wouldn't be gone all that long. I got my second monitor working. Um, Decided to play some WoW instead of continuing with D3 because frankly, I'm gonna be gone for a while. I need to do some stuff on WoW, and I haven't yet today. So yeah, and this is my main Bleeding Hollow. Got a few tunes. This is my main. Good old tub of heals. Some basic stuff. So, getting into it. Um, I've been playing for many years at this point. Like 5, 6 years, something in there. I think about 5 years since I started really playing. Because I played for a little while and took a break, then came back, played originally as Alliance, didn't get very far, didn't really have the money to keep up with a subscription at the time, or time really to keep up with a subscription anyway. Um, and then I decided, then I found the money. A cat is being really annoying. Go away. Um, Sorry. So, anyway, so came back, swapped over to Horde. Never looked back in that regard. Uh, Horde is master race, because that makes sense. Swapped over to Horde. I've originally was playing on Thaurissan, an Oceanic server. Uh, I, whoops, Blizzard recently put the Oceanic servers actually in Australia, just outside Sydney, I believe, um, which made my lag go much higher than it used to be. It was about at the time it was probably about 40 milliseconds, and then it spiked up to they moved the servers, and all of a sudden I was getting closer to 300, um, similar to what you see right down here, because after transferring back, I transferred this tune and Whoopin' Time, my monk, back
The dark
to
times will pass.
back to being Hollow, a US server, and
Yes.
for some reason,
Remember the sun well.
my
Victory
garrison didn't come with me. So I still have very high lag in my
Keep your wits
garrison,
up.
but it doesn't affect me outside of my garrison, which is very good. It'd be kind of terrible if it did. And so it's really not a big deal. Frame rate's quite low, because it's kind of to be expected. I'm running on a shitty vid card because my vid card that I bought doesn't work. It's faulty, and I'm still getting it replaced. But in the meantime, I'm just running off of the motherboard's internal processing, onboard video, which is pretty terrible. It's just like an Intel 4000 or something like that. It's not very good at all, but it's enough to at least support the two monitors and do some, low resolution. All my settings are low, except for view distance. View distance is always ultra. View distance ultra, directed textures is on. Other than that, I don't really care. I have sound mostly off, so you're not going to get any of my awesome music, unfortunately. Actually, I'm going to turn music on, because I'm not going to be doing anything that matters. Too bad. I'm not going to be listening to any other music either. I'm not going to be raiding, so I always turn music off when I'm raiding, so I can hear vent. Speaking of which, I can't even hear this because my volume was turned way down. Oh no! This isn't the guy with the excellent music. Damn. I have Karazhan music on my Hunter because I got it before I transfer servers. So let's get some different music going on at the moment. Anyway, so this is my setup. I use relatively recently, about 6 months or so now, I've been using LVUI, which is what you see all down here, as well as the, it's a full UI replacement. So I've got my target, myself, my bodyguard, which I often make into a focus. I'm currently using helium for my healing. My priest that I'm on right now is mainly a healer. But yeah, I have focus up there next to my bodyguard. Right now I'm disc shadow because of all the Tanan dailies that I gotta do. I used to be disc holy before this patch came out because I like healing. It's what I've always been. My hunter has been my main until Draenor, frankly. At which point I swapped, but I never really rated much on my hunter. He was always just for solo stuff, solo leveling, and all that. He was my first to the level cap at, with every expansion. He was the guy I go out and do solo stuff on, mount farming, pet farming, etc. This guy being my raider, I needed to be able to do Tanan, so he is now Disc Holy, or Disc Shadow from Disc Holy. Also, Holy just, in Draenor especially, I feel just Holy has not been particularly strong, and Disc, because it's mostly absorbs, is always going to be strong, because any healing reduction effects almost never apply to absorbs. So, if it's a 90% healing reduction, 100,000 point heal will only heal for 10,000, but a 100,000 point shield will still sit on the person for 100,000. So, that's just always going to be strong, and the fact that absorbs come before health loss, obviously, means that you very rarely have to deal with overhealing. I was like, oh crap, I have to, you're not competing with your other healers as much, you're just simply augmenting their heals. For example, I heal with my brother a lot in the raid, and he's a druid, so I can, if someone's damaged, I can put a shield on them. If they're at 75% health, I can put a shield on them and know that his healing over time effects that druids do really, really well will most likely get that person up to 100 unless they take a whole lot more damage, in which case, one, I'm usually expecting it to, if it's on a tank or if it's on someone with a particular mechanic on them. But otherwise the shield will absorb any incoming damage, and in the process he's healing them up without either of us having to use many resources at all to do that healing. It also works well with the shaman that we have as our third healer for our raid, because shaman mastery is more healing based on missing health. So if I shield a low health person as he's healing them, they don't die before his heal goes off, and I don't reduce, my shield doesn't reduce the effect of his healing or cause him to overheal with his heal. So, disc is just always strong. Anyway, so that's, and Skada for damage and healing meters. I use Skada mainly because I like to keep track of healing during a fight, especially for non, outside of our raid. So many Gorin protectors. Outside of the raid itself, healing isn't a big deal. It's just something I like numbers. I like meters. I know they don't matter much, but I still like to see them because every so often they get to be ridiculous. They get to be very silly. But also, it's just one of those things where I'd like to know how much healing I'm getting for the effort I'm putting in. You know, watching it during the fight allows me to keep an eye on my fluid healing, as opposed to only being able to see it at the end and not being able to see like when my major spikes. Where obviously a couple our raid leaders put up logs that I often, well, always frankly look at to see damage spikes, healing spikes, mana loss and gain, and you know, it's set up just everything in general. Damage taken spikes that don't, you know, where maybe screwed up a mechanic, maybe it's just something I gotta watch out for better. I know for a black hand kill in particular, it really helped me out. But you know, it's just something I like to keep an eye on. For LFR, I find it particularly handy because I can keep track of whether or not people are AFK. LFR being looking for raid, which is the raid finder, not the pre-mades. Yeah, this is, you know, looking for raid, which I haven't done this week. I should, especially since I'm going to be away. I'll probably do that tomorrow and not on stream, so you won't get to see me in being lazy. Besides, if I was going to do that, I'd probably want to do it on stream. I'd probably want to do it on my monk, just so it's not clutter. Because that's helium can get quite cluttery during sec. Great new window. Settings. No. Yes. No. Okay. Sorry, just getting some things set up for it. Welcome to streaming. What's that? Okay. Oh, anyway. So yeah, this is LVY, in case you're curious. It does end up getting kind of complicated, but all you gotta do is do it once. You know, do a basic setup once, like this basic setup, especially down here with my abilities, are what I, you know, have saved as an existing profile. I haven't set up my dual profile yet. I really should. There's some things I want to tweak, but I don't play Shadow other than solo duo work questing for Tanan. Like I don't do Shadow and Raid at all, so it doesn't really matter to me too much to get this done. Mainly it's just some coloration changes I would do, as well as some, as well as the fact that I don't show, well, I do now, so it doesn't really matter. But I used to not show raid frames, and I don't show raid frames for LFR just because they're too many. I don't have the space for both raid frames and my helium. Because like I said, helium can get just large. It just takes up a lot of space. When I get back from my vacation, I'm going to be really sitting down and really focusing on using click, you know, the hover and what you will see most healers on like raid guide videos and such use, which is just the raid frames that you then hover over to you know, if you hover over to target and then, you know, hit your button down on your action bar, usually you know, hit the number 1 to shield, so to speak. So you can shield that player that way, or you can set it up to click on a player, and that'll do, like, I'll probably have it set up so that left click is a shield, right click is penance. It's a little bit annoying for Disc Priest because I also have a couple offensive spells I want to cast. So, it's gonna be an interesting balance. I'll just see how that ends up working out. But I've got 6 mouse buttons, so I've got 1 through 5. Actually, I only use 5 mouse buttons because one of my mouse buttons I use my push to talk just to make it easier for me to talk while doing things, for vent and such. But I got 1 through 5, shift 1 through 5, my middle click, shift middle click, 1 through 5 again, shift 1 through 5. I could even set up another, probably control 1 through 5. Actually, that's probably what I'm going to end up doing is some other things. I'm not sure if it's going to be control. I actually have some extra keys on my keyboard that I haven't been using that I could use specifically for those offensive spells. Because I don't use them very often, so I kind of want them out of the way, but I don't want to have to click on them. Sorry, sometimes I just think out loud. Not that anyone is even watching. Hello, kitty. You have food. I fed you. Now stop pulling at my cords. Yeah, pull at my cords. You're gonna get a bop on the nose. Aye, cats. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And what I'm gonna do today is some time walking. Oh, reminds me that I need to actually go pick up the time walking quest. So,
speak, friend.
what else? Oh, I'm sitting awkwardly. A second.
May your blades never dull.
So, let's sign up for some time walking and... Oh, missions. I should do some missions. If you're not familiar with WoW, with Warlords of Draenor, I can't really explain all of WoW to you, but I can at least give a brief overview of what all this is. This is the Garrison. Garrison is where you have some profession or just general utility buildings. My apologies. Example, I have a gem crafting hut, a salvage yard, and a bank, which is bank, guild bank, transmog, and void storage. Oh, well, I'll get to that in a minute. Over there I have a trading post, which can get me resources, or can get me garrison resources via work orders, which are just coming, you turn in a bunch of something. Today it's 20 saberfish flesh. And every 6 hours, like, it's it'll be 20 saberfish flesh per work order, and then each work order takes 6 hours to actually complete, actually fill. And then you get, it'll fill up this box, and you come and do. You can come and grab it and get garrison resources from there. Trading, my gem crafting hut gets me talite crystal button, which is here. But as I did earlier, I picked up some of those and turned in more. So like my next one finishes in 38 minutes, which will provide me with 4, I believe, because they recently increased it with the latest patch. Instead of, it used to be 1 talite crystal per work order, and then you could have a follower who at level 100 of the follower, would double that work order. The follower levels are from 90 to 100, and based on the follower level, it gives you an increased chance to double your gold, or double your work order. Right now I'm in a Timewalking dungeon. Timewalking is a pretty neat thing that they introduced that, that you scale down to the level. What the? Never seen him do that before. To the old level of the dungeon. So, for example, this is a Wrath of the Lich King dungeon, which is level, well, because it's the heroic version, it's level 80, I believe. Yes. And so, oh wow, this guy's actually taking some damage, but, you know, we all scaled our stats down to roughly what they would be at level 80, given decent, given the gear, given our gear. So, I am item level 698, almost 700. It's right up here, if you're interested. Current raid is normal, which is what the guild I'm in and group I'm in is progressing through at the moment, is 690, right? 690? Yeah. 690 up to max of 705 by the final boss, who is Archimon. Oh, I have the wrong glyphs on. Oh well, not a big deal. So, where was I? Oh, so I'm actually doing pretty well in terms of gear. Mainly because one of the new zone in this patch is Tanan Jungle, which drops what are called baleful items. Baleful, it'll be like baleful legs, baleful trinket, baleful weapon, armament. Sorry. Which you use, literally just right-click and use it to create a weapon appropriate to your specialization, to your class and spec. And it's item level 650. It can, when you create it, it can upgrade to 675. However, you can also, keep doing that, these empowered Apexis fragments that upgrade a baleful crafted thing, anything, from 650 or 675 to 695. I have done that many times. I have 4. Ooh, gotta pay more attention. Apologies. I think I have 4 or 5 pieces that, oh, this is gonna be fun. This boss does a lot of damage. Anyway, so I've bumped myself up that way, as well as naked blood of. As well as crafted pieces, which go up to 715. So I've got quite a few of both. I've got 3 crafted, all 715, as well as, the 4 or 5 empowered Hujima Whatsits, empowered Apexis things, empowered Baleful, sorry, that are all 695, obviously. Oof. He just went uber. That freaking hurts.
How can it be? Flash is not stronger.
Damn, that hurts. It puts that thing on people, it just crushes their face. Oh, sorry, it's personal loot, which means that we, why did I agree on those? Whatever. Whoops. Woo! Yeah, personal just means that there's no rolling on bosses. It's just, it kind of, Blizzard has, you know, the game, I should say, knows your loot spec, which is the specialization you want to get loot for. And from that, my spirit's ridiculous in this, in the time walking. And from that, it'll just, if there's something that, you know, the boss, obviously the boss can drop something for you, for every loot, for every spec. But, it'll roll, and it'll do a little internal roll, so to speak, that will determine whether or not you get loot. So it's all personal. You don't have to. Why am I standing next to people? So you don't have to be, you know, competing with other people. For example, in the old version, only the Warlock or I could get a cloth piece that drops. You know, we'd be competing with each other for the cloth. In this version, in personal, it's possible that both could drop. You know, that both pieces, you know, that we could both get even the same piece from a single boss. So we're literally just not competing. So when it comes to, and also they recently buffed it so that it's for raids in particular. Well, they buffed it for raids, making it so that it's for pure to straight up total amount of loot. It is better than master loot being, you know, one person is the master looter who frankly determines who the loot goes to. Usually based on a roll system, like, you know, whoever wants it just rolls on it, and if you can use it and you can you win the roll, it goes to you. But it's it's made on master loot so that people don't get screwed out of it. Because on simple, just need before greed, which is just, you know, the basic roll system, you would not have any say over, oh hey, a warrior just rolled on cloth and he won it. Well, shit. A warrior's not going to use cloth, and if he is, he's an idiot. But this, you know, that the master loot guarantees that, oh, warrior rolled and won, but his roll doesn't actually matter because he's an idiot. He shouldn't have been rolling. So yeah, this is how I go about healing. That guy went after me, which is a little annoying. And I didn't fade. And I cleanse nothing because I'm bad. Well, pop a heal on everybody because I can. Oh, more no loot. That's unfortunate. Oh, a couple of people are getting loot, but they're not epic, so they're not showing up. That's funny. Oh, he must have grabbed whatever was there. In case you're wondering, I keep hitting C to try to open my backpack, which opens my character window instead, because in Diablo 3, which I've been playing recently, C does open the inventory, because it shows the character, and they're one and the same. So I'm very used to that at the moment, because I've been playing that a lot more than WoW the last few days. What are these? Dazed. That's feared. It said I was feared. I was not feared. That's a little bit of a bug. This is, again, part of my LVUI setup. Shows buffs on the side. I don't know if there's a way to... Actually, no, I do know there's a way to make those small, and I really should. And see, this is where I don't know really what I would do. I guess I would just do the same setup for my party windows for like dungeons and such as I would for raids. For the raid setup. I'm lagging. Makes me, I just noticed this. It makes me wonder if I'm either... Well, it's quite likely that I'm not on a US server simply because at this time of day, or morning, since it is, as you can see, 3:30 in the morning for me, that is local, not realm time. It's an East Coast server, so realm time is... Oh, this guy's getting crushed. So realm time is an hour ahead of that. An hour later. Yeah. Ahead. How was the warlock getting hit by? It's a nice bassoon work in this. Oh, vanished. This boss coming up is a jerk. Does a lot of damage. It used to not be that bad, but with Warlords of Draenor they did a whole stat squish thing, but they didn't really properly squish certain AoE effects. They just do, frankly, insane amounts of damage, given that healing isn't that easy. Well, healing at these lower levels isn't that easy. The difference between Timewalking and simply... Ooh, he died. And simply low-level healing is that I get to keep all my skills. So, I still have all my higher-level talents and such. I should be moving away from this person. Disperse, son of a bitch. Everybody run! Just trying to... Oh, that was pretty. Nicely done, warrior. Good old tanky poo. Oh, I missed placing my feather down. Not my down feather. Something different. Oh, poor warlock. And everyone. Well, almost. That's cute. Time warped Warforged? But it's not. Unless it's 665, 660. Gotta scroll back up and look at other people's stuff. No, it says Warforged as well. Oh, it is 660 base. Oh, cool. So I got slightly better. That doesn't matter, cause stunned. Cause like I said, I've got really good gear. I'm here for the quest. Yawn. Oof. So yeah, those guys hurt. Be worthy urchins, they have grabby little hands. Good old, sleep again. Oh, shit, snacks, son. Oh my god, asleep again. This is ridiculous. Crikey, they do not like me today. As though on cue. At least this tank knows what's up. A lot of tanks run through here thinking they can just pull the world, and even on normal, they cannot pull the world. This is essentially heroic. Something on my leg. Ow. Just had a nerve commit suicide or something. That was painful. Kind of funny that the largest things in here tend to be the least damaging. Go figure. Oh, and I also use my own power auras. Power auras is an add-on. Interesting. It simply allows me to make little visuals to let me know that, you know, buffs are up or something. So like these that you see around are for my evangelism stacks. which stack up to a max of 5. And I can use them for Archangel, which gives me just a healing buff based on how many stacks I consume. Just when you see the wings go out. But I have the top one bounce so that I make sure to use it on 5 and don't let them go to waste. And otherwise it just lets me know how many are there. Every so often you'll see a little thing above my head. Hi there. That is simply to let me know that I'm very close to having a Prayer of Mending jump out for free due to my talent. So, gonna be needing to shield up a lot. Holy crap. The Abyss stairs also? Luckily, all the mana in the world. And my Archangel proc also gives me free. Holy buckets. See, that's what I mean. They just take suddenly half their health in an AoE. And it's like, that's not overpowered somehow? Oh, he went to the pissy boss mode. There we go. That was Halls of Lightning and Timewalking. Here's the tank queues up. Tank queues up. Why not? Tanks may be waiting for that queue up. So I'll pop it. Why not? One of the things I really like about LVI is that these two bars, well, this bar doesn't even show. This is where my bags bar usually is. But this bar doesn't show unless I want it to, which just helps clear clutter off the screen. It would usually be down here somewhere, or just generally in the way. So just having it out of the way entirely, off to the side. I actually want to take a look at a couple things while I'm here. Oh, I did put my pet bar over there. Excellent. So yeah, this is the whole setup. And it looks like somebody ran ahead a bit, so better get a move on. Oh, I think he just took a little bit of fall damage or something. I don't even know. Oh! The Watchers! That's right! There are Watchers that involve something with skulls and such. Beware of the Watchers on the Wall. I don't know. Lame references, I know. This is what I do best, though. Although I don't know that I really consider this a wall. As a wall. So, what the hell does this do? Ancahet Brazil. Shit, run! Ho-ho, Hunter knows what's up. Good job, Hunts. Although... Oh, I hit myself here accidentally. Yes. Holy buckets. Oh, Hallie just laid on hands. In case you're curious, the Hunter feigned death and popped straight to camouflage to... Oh, he's just killing those little things. To de-aggro the patrol before it pulled onto the rest of us. Speaking of patrols, we... Holy shit. Oh, and the Hunter just pulled the world. This is gonna get interesting. Luckily, I can spam my flash heal. Without risk of... Ooh. Every so often, he just takes a ton of damage. Oh, it's probably the tick of those things before they wear off. Darn are they annoying. Whoa, lag.
The secrets of the deep shall remain hidden.
A whole bunch of little Chimeraling dudes. Awesome. Get rid of that.
Young must not
Got about half, all the way back here. Oh, it's right there, immune. He makes some pretty sweet noises. Kill them. Spell him. Oh, everyone's fine. Oh, that guy is kind of big. So yeah, this little thing means I'm about to have a Word of Mending shootout for free. Only for free, but also instant. Like that. Still seems large. Oh, I don't have a pet out. A servant of Demidos. A servant of Demidos. Great for Shadow. Not so great otherwise. Just less than optimal. Oh, bollocks. Shield on him. Oh, that's a little awkward. Holy buckets. I don't know if it's doing it on stream, but my sound keeps cutting out at times all of a sudden. Kinda weird.
I will feast on your remains. I am nowhere.
Those actually don't hurt as much as I expected them to. Ah, he's getting eaten.
Fresh, warm blood.
Huh.
It has been too
Apparently on Heroic, the embrace of the vampire. Um, I can't see it. It's not.
So appetizing.
And absorbs all healing, or reduces healing to 0 or something. Holy crumpets, Batman! Ah, yes, healing taken reduced by 100. Poor Paladin.
I hunger. Still, I thirst.
Whoop! Almost walked too far. No, no. Oh, Jesus. Yep. Because I'm slow. Oh, dear God. How much health? Oh, balls. We're gonna have to run all the way back in. Oh, it's not nearly as far away as I thought it would be. That's good. It used to be quite the pain in the butt to get to. So... Oh, that did remove it. Interesting. That's not where that was supposed to be placed. aspect of the pack is always funny, because it's a move speed buff for everybody, but jeez, that's nuts. But if you get hit, you get dazed. If you take damage, you get dazed. Which ends up meaning that tank in particular is constantly dazed. Pretty much everyone's constantly dazed. Creeps. So much damage. Luckily, it's the end of those peeps. I may be the only one, but anytime I try to attack something that can't be attacked and it says invalid target, I read it as an invalid target. Squish. Heh.
These are sacred halls. Your intrusion will be met with death.
And as always, the easiest fights to heal are the boss fights. Well, boss fights are usually easier to heal.
You is devoted.
Uh-oh. That was closer than I would have liked. Of course, I've never actually had that go off. I don't know how the Warlock isn't getting hit. Oh, that's just funny. Time to go. Oh, if anyone watching this at any point is wondering, you know, I want to do priest healing. Should I be holy or should I be disc? Yeah, as stated before, for raids especially, disc is overpowered. Period. For leveling, disc is the best. For leveling healing, that is. If you want to really go nuts leveling, the hell? This could get interesting. Did they fix the shadow crash? It used to be that it would just pretty much hit everybody. Like, regardless of how close you were to the actual thing. So when it does hit, yeah, that would have taken off like 3/4 of the. Did I just do the wrong thing? Sorry, that would have taken off like 3/4. Oh, this could be bad. Of the. Gotta be quicker on that. Warlock, that's what that is. Warlock's health. Anyway, back to my healing debate. Holy is pretty great for 5-mans. It's also much stronger AoE healing than Disc. Disc isn't terrible, but it's pretty terrible. This is the do nothing until everyone else gets me out. Now I pop it and go to town. I mean, yeah, Holy is pretty great for 5-mans because you can heal yourself and another party member at the same time. You also have the benefit of shielding without having to worry about overlapping your shields with a disc priest, which in a raid comp you shouldn't have to worry about either, because if there is a disc priest, you should never be shielding, so just never have to worry about it. He called me Turbo. I switched it to Tubbo. It is Tub O. Tub O heals because I'm a fatty panda. And at the time, when I made the character, when I swapped realm and made the new name, I was you know, dual spec healing, so holy disc. So I was a fat tub of eels. But anyway, so yeah, Holy's just it's quite strong. And you can swap up how you heal to do better AoE or better single target, and it just has better AoE regardless of which mode you're in. But again, disc is best for leveling. Because you get to do damage as well. Shields are just so much stronger than healing because the health pool. There are times where a tank can die before you even get a heal off, depending on just crits and the heals that are and the damage that's coming in, and just how many. Sorry, that was quite a yawn. And just how many enemies, there we go, are attacking the tank, or any given person at a time. You know, as you saw in the run just a minute ago, get a lot of people, and it doesn't matter how much you're spamming your heals, it's just kaboof, dead. And even as disc, I ran into some trouble sometimes. Oh, no, that wasn't as disc, now that I think about it. That was on my Holy Pally. There were times right at the beginning of Burning Crusade, so right at level 60, that I'd be spamming my heal as fast as possible, like my fastest heal, which fastest and strongest as it turns out, but fastest heal as much as possible. So literally doing as much healing as I possibly could, and it wouldn't be enough. So, you know, for leveling, disc is stronger because of the shields. But for 5-man endgame, Holy's probably better. It sort of depends on the fight, but I'd still rate them at best equal. And then for raiding, disc is better. You can shield everybody. There are multiple fights. There's Black Hand back in Blackrock Foundry, Gruul in Blackrock Foundry, and the Hellfire High Council. So in Hellfire Citadel that we've done so far, I often just start throwing out shields like crazy. Simply weird. Sorry, get distracted by trade chat sometimes, but simply because I have the mana to spare. I have good mana regen as well as uh, as well as my Mindbender, which gives me mana back. And on a minute cooldown, I can get quite a lot of mana back over the course of a fight. It's just kind of funny that this still exists when they removed all the other mana regen cooldowns from the other classes, like Innervate on a Druid, Mana Tide Totem for Shaman, Mana Tea, not Mana Tea the animal, but Mana Space Tea, for Mistweaver monks still exists, I believe, but it has never really. It's not really a cooldown so much as just kind of a help, a hand, a helping hand, a help a hand. Similar to like the crit giving mana back for Shaman. And druids have clear casting. So in that respect, and there is some sort of mana regen cost reduction mechanic for everybody. But priests mana regen is just so much better because Mindbender is on use for one thing. It's not crit based, it's not random at all. As Shaman and Druid are. And I don't know how the mana T works for monks. Oh, sorry, I'm yawning a lot. I need to get to bed. But yeah, it's incredibly strong. So I'm gonna finish up some missions here. Missions are simply just you send a couple. You have followers. You can have 20 up to 25 if you get a barracks to level 3. They give you stuff. And the stuff, is useful. I can talk. Oh, brain dying, sleep overwhelming. So yeah, they get your stuff. Really, almost none of it I need anymore. Experience is just for followers. You can, as you're leveling, you can get missions that give you player experience, but and they're worth it. They're definitely worthwhile. But all these, the majority of them, are just follower experience. And once they're 100, they can go. There are 3 levels of follower. So you have, like this person is not only not level 100, but also not epic. So it only has 1 ability and 1 trait, when epics have 2 abilities and 3 traits. So once they reach 100, not only can you upgrade their item level via all these little things, all these little fancy doodadge, but you can also, any experience gotten past level 100 is used to level them up from uncommon, which is green, which is anything green in World of Warcraft is uncommon. Items, players, or not players, but followers, pets. Label is uncommon. And then blue is rare. So they go from uncommon to rare. And then purple, such as all my gear, because it's all raid gear. Purple is epic. So like these people are epic because they're purple, and that's the max level for anything except for legendaries. Legendaries are special. Interesting that doesn't show. This is the legendary ring so far. It's not to max level yet, which I imagine at which point it will turn, frankly, a similar color to legendary in Diablo 3. It's kind of a gold, a yellow with gold, a yellow gold orange color. similar, frankly, to the brown. Can't really show it. Yeah, it's kind of like the brown of heirlooms, but actually, frankly, when I look at it, it's similar to the color of the item level and the heirloom upgrade level as it shows on this tooltip. Is the legendary color. So yeah, all similar to this color, but I want to say more orange, even. I don't think I have any legendaries on WoW. I've just seen them. All I'd have to do is say Thunder Fury in trade chat, and I'm sure I'd get a link of a whole bunch to show you guys, but I'm not going to start that, because people would hate me. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Just wrapping up some missions, going to bed. So, other than that, this is Lincoln. How was the play? I think she's 98. Yeah. Gonna be gone for a while. Oops. Get some bonus experience in there as well. So yeah. Whoa. What happened to all my resources? Oh, I spent them. Okay, I remember what happened to all my resources. What? I don't remember sending you on that mission. Still 13 hours to that? That's annoying. Well, you guys get to go do another mission for more cloth. Ooh, cloth girdle though. I actually can use that. Anyway. Yeah. That's all, folks. I'll see you guys next time. On, whenever there is a next time. I might not be back for about a week at this point. So, yeah, maybe a week. It might be some streaming tomorrow night. Well, tonight at this point. But I doubt it. I'm going to be trying to get some sleep before I head out to my vacation. So, yeah. All of these videos will be also uploaded and somewhat edited, I guess, onto YouTube. And yeah, you're welcome to check them out there. I'm not sure what my YouTube is actually kind of bad. Yeah, Soil Mayhorder 131, which is SOYELMEJOR 131. I'll put that as part of my description in Twitch. So yeah, that's pretty much it.